It is I, the mighty Haysoos. We are back, and I managed to get in queue. Somehow. Without any failings. I wish I had a more comfortable chair. Alright. Where were we last time? Oh yes. The Great Obstinance. Speak with Sid at the airship landing in Gridania. Oh, I have mail. Also, my belts are missing. Where did they go? Oh no. So, Endwalker came out, huh? I'm not there yet. Are you ready, Sid? Are you ready, Sid? Are you winning, Sid? Right. I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cartano? I might have... I will delay the inevitable. Might I ask we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations we proceed. It would seem wise to gain a clear understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, and I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, well, Alfino speaks with his colleagues. I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Jistola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Haysoos, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. The mystical Haysoos. Fantastical. Mordona. More donut. Not quite door-to-store service, eh? Door-to-door service, eh? I am the mighty Haysoos. I have conquered time, I think. Time is of the essence. Nero Scavia. Nero, my good friend. Welcome to the Rising Stones, sir.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
And your problem?
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
It's a boiler.
We are returned.
I see.
Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Oh.
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Urianger.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Shadow Walker.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Oh, boom. I, forgot something. Let me see here. Ah. Oh, no, wait. Oh, she already said that. Okay.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? Yugiri, you draw steel against the curse of Garlemald?
Yes!
Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Love this guy's energy. Haysoos, wait. Could I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you met me at the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. Outfit. Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? Huzzah! You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the warrior light it's well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. Fine, gentlemen. Fly free, my pretty. Fly free. So, we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... Yes, I'm sure. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Well, very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist your Stola and Krile? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega while Haysoos, Yida, and our Doman friends take care of the security. Ooh! Huzzah! The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone's ready. Is there an inn in Mordona? I wonder. There should be a change room in Mordona. I guess I could consult the... There's not one in Mordona, it seems. Seven hells. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy. Alright. I suppose... Oh, I don't have any... Well, I do have food, but I'm not gonna use it. I don't need that. Because I'm over-leveled. I don't want to get even more over-leveled. Also, I realized that the aether currents have shrunk. So these ones will be less than... I won't have to collect as many aether currents as you would have to. Yeah, I'm level 63, a little bit ahead. Hard to know.
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
Ooh, epic.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Who's this guy? Who are you?
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
All the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Yes. Yes, he does not. Crack knuckles. Oh? What are you doing?
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
All right. Fight. Come at me, bro.
You watching, Papalimo? Your defense is lacking.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
No holding back. Leave this to me.
With soul and steel.
All right, come at me, everyone.
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
Bring it on.
'Tis my right to strike.
It's all over now.
An opening.
Oh man, I haven't played Paladin in a while. Surrender! We have you outnumbered! Numbers. I laughed. Wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Oh, yeah. Sus. Behold, the Red Baron! Now end this nonsense. Nice. What the? No one told me they had Magitech armor. Forward for the Empire. The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Huzzah! Firing main cannons.
You watching, Pabalimo?
No retreat. No surrender.
'Tis my right to strike.
This one'll sting.
An opening.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
It's all over now.
Leave this to me.
With soul and steel.
Kaboom!
No holding back.
Your defense is lacking.
Boom. Fire the cannons!
I have you.
You watching, Pabalimo?
No retreat. No surrender.
Tis my right to strike.
Hyper beam!
This one'll sting.
An opening.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
Magic Reaper ammunition is depleted. Oh, you deserting a battle is punishment by death. I order you to stand ground. Come back here now. Now that's just embarrassing.
It's all over now.
Leave this to me.
Bring it on, butter.
With soul and steel.
No holding back!
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
My authority is above yours. You haven't seen the last of me. Mark my words, it will be you who's the stone. What a coward. He could have just died and he would have been fine.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Cool. That's a button.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Is there any other way?
I suppose not.
It's our only chance.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
It's a button. In the shape of an hourglass.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Fascinating.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Cool. Water come from? Laser beams. Laser beams. Shooting stars breaks the mold.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
I don't know what happened. Sid. Gridania! We go back to Gridania? Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. Hurtling. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Wait, Ida, we must first... The Elder Seed Seer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Gozetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Eager to hear my testimony. But first, I must go into the inn. My testimony. Store an item. My Leonhardt gear. And then Scion Adventurers Guild. And they didn't give you any gloves. Yeah, they didn't give you any Scion Adventurer gloves. Interesting. Also, I must, where is it? I wanted so... no. That makes it easier for me. So when items I obtain just go into my inventory instead. Bernadetta. Right, this is new. Christmas is upon us. A Christmas is upon us. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind. You are too kind, Elder Seedsia. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. We succeeded in waking Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain, but I can give you the fact the cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Garabanya. The primal might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics I have never seen, and I hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut, when we looked upon the primal's form, the domans heard to whisper the name Shiryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of the far eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shiryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on Girabanyan's side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main forces under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things, I'd wager. That flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis system, so even if it is fallen into the Emperor's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct! Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such reassurance do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Garabanya. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in contact, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp.
Yes. Okay. Alright.
Very well. Let's get her done, boys. You might be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if you might first make a small detour. Y'shtola and the others have gathered at Amarak's Spire, and I imagine you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. Aye, the cocoon. I made the cocoon! The Black Shroud. Oi, mate, the cocoon. What's falling? The hell is that? The hell is that? Level 90, huh? The hell is that, abomination?
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Nice hair.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Sharlayan. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Damn, dude. That's deep. Why? Why did you never tell me? Why? Why?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
Oh, please.
When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
What kind of country?
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
For Doma. It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on the road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Taru and my sister. It was the end of Heaven's Ward. Oh, Heaven's Ward.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls
Intertwined, to true love made divine.
Flames that burn full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts. In the waxing gloom did wane the
Lovers loom. Oh, Chiffon. No.
swelling over long seas of blood are a song, and death an afterthought to those who fight for naught. Lying children of the land and service, why must you turn to empty bliss? Tell me why break trust, why turn the past to dust, seeking solace in the abyss. Tell me why create a circle none can break.
finished Stormblood. No, I did not finish Stormblood. I finished the post-Heavenward stuff, so when we starting Stormblood. Like, literally, we just saw Omega fight Shiryu. Wait, what? Oh, so starting Stormblood then. Congrats on beating Heavensward. Oh, that was long ago. Quick march, the Imperials shall soon come to their senses, and we must ready face their retribution.
Retribution!
Hail to Kaisar. It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Dislodge. That's... okay. Old Bird still gets his wish in the end. That damn sloppy. Very well, Earl Bird. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. Empire music. It's Mr. L'Oreal himself.
My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Belsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance.
Xenos would be the one to be sponsored by L'Oreal.
The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues. They both yet elude us, my lord. Their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work?
I want Garlean armor so bad.
Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done.
Unknown, my spies tell me the Domans call it Shiryu. And that provided a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. There's sort of a Garlean armor you can get later. Yeah, I know, the samurai one. The samurai-based one where you dress up as them.
At the edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold their crimson hue.
A dawn of liberation, a gathering of storm of blood.
Blood of storm, blood, storm of blood.
The
question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yeah, I know about that one. All in
Yes,
the glamour,
sir.
though. Yeah, the snow armor from Endwalker.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
Omega.
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
I wonder if they'll ever add the Garlean
Indeed.
race.
And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
For Alamigo!
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
No, I only take Wednesdays and Tuesdays. Those are my days of work.
Look, I know I've kept things from you, and I'm sorry, I really am. But that's all over now, I swear, and it'd mean a lot to me, having you at my side.
That's cute.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me
Yeah,
to offer
time
my
is
services
reserved.
as well.
She gotta wait in line.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
It's saying weird.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Tournament of the Century. Ooh.
Ready, my friend?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Well then, Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Tataru when everyone leaves and she's alone. Alright, let's get this party started!
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
I trust Tataru to throw a banger
You
party.
have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri.
Yes.
Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
You know what will never happen? We'll never get an expansion where we can play from the Garlean's point of view. Like, that would be cool. We'd get, like, mechs and everything. 1,000 moms apart, yet unified in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we? Wait. Not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What now? Alright then, if you insist. Is she wearing underwear? Underwear and a jacket. That's what it looked like. And it's a pretty cool outfit. But then she puts on the weird dress thing. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as Scion's receptionist and start referring you to our permanent seamstress. Cannot confirm if underwear, but Thank you, I feel like I could take on a legionnaire. Safe travels. Then onward to Girabanya. Our first stop, maybe the Spire in the East Shroud. The Spire in the East Shroud. The spot. I want to go. Where am I returning to? No. Thanalan. My home. Thanalan. Tourney of the century. Chamber of Rule. Genlands! Hey, Genlands! Ooh. Ah, Haysoos, precisely the man I wish to see. I have something in care for you. In my care for you. Oh. Invitation to a fighting tournament to be held at the Colosseum. Not any tournament, mind you, but the prestigious Ul Cup, founded by His Royalty Majesty Sasan Ul Sikse, the first Sultan of Ul'dah. 'Tis nigh as old as the nation itself. Lest you wonder why you are unfamiliar with so, it's because it is not held in generations. As the Sultan's best, it has been revived. She now extends an invitation to Azoria's fine swordsman. It stands to reason that your name would appear among this exalted company, and doubt not, but her grace shall be pleased for you to participate. So, can we expect you to fight in the tournament? Sure. Wonderful. By witnessing you in combat, I dare say all of us Sultansborn, both fresh recruits and veterans alike, stand to gain something in our duty to protect. The champion will be awarded a tomb said to hold the secret techniques of the first captain of Sultansworn, which such an enticing prize is on offer. No small number of invitees have already confined their I myself included. Okay. Genlands. There. I would like... Oh, Aether Compass. Right, the Aether Compass is discarded. Collection. Speak with the tournament's participants. Gladiators Guild, of course. But of course. Cloudy Meatball. Hey, it's Constant. Hey Zeus, it's so good to see you. I'm correct in assuming that you are participating in the tournament? Huzzah! Wonderful. Raw though I still am, I also received an invitation. Captain Jinlin's work, I suspect. But know that I do not intend to simply make up the numbers. Franz? And what can I do for you this most beauteous of an afternoon? Shall I sign your flyer with my mark, perhaps? A contestant, really? Well then, you would do well to pray you are not drawn against me. Alright, got a dip for now, I'll be lurking. Ara is now lurking in a bush away from Chad. Where did they go? Ah, Haysoos, a pleasure as always. Are you perchance entering the tournament? Well then, this has become infinitely more interesting. Lest you wonder, I am joining the field as a representative of the Temple Knights. It's Owen. Ah, Haysoos, have you spoken with the captain? He's holding on your invitation. Already entered? Marvelous! Who's this? Black Lotus. You got business with me? Too bad. I've gotten on with you. Leave me be and find someone else to bother, like Myla. You're fighting in the tournament. You look pretty strong, but it's Black Atlas that's gonna win. Black Atlas? Ahem, that's Lotus. Black Lotus. Yeah, what he said. He's the strongest and always protects me. Alright. Hey, Myla, it's been a while. Well, if it isn't Haysoos. That you would visit us at the juncture could only mean one thing. You're entering the Ul Cup. Huzzah. Good, good. And you are one of the very best, and it pleases me to see you continue seeking new challenges. And mark my words, this will be a challenge the likes of which you have never experienced. This tournament brings together the realm's finest. If you are to rise above them, nothing less than the complete preparation will suffice. Speaking of preparation, have you been appraised of the rules? Then allow me to explain. The tournament is elimination. You lose, you go home. You win, you advance to the next match. And it goes until a champion emerges. Combatants initially divided into two groups, Nulled and Thawed. Sounds fancy, but they're simply labels given to the two branches of the tournament tree. Look, Haysoos, one of your potential opponents. Knowing is half the battle. You'll do well to learn all you can of the competition. Oh dear, is that time already? The opening ceremony is about to commence. Shall we then? Dude, I gotta...
Ladies and gentlemen, today I bid welcome to the Colosseum for a truly special event. To introduce, it gives me the pleasure to call upon Her Royal Majesty, Nananamo Ulnamo. Generations ago, my ancestors Sasan Ulsigan founded a tournament to celebrate the skill of our nation's finest swordsmen. 100 years have passed since it was last held. By this declaration I do hereby revive the Ul Cup. Let it be known that all proceeds from the event shall go towards our continued refugee relief efforts. My dear combatants, my fellow citizens, and I look forward to an inspiring performance from all of you. May Nald Thal give strength to your sword arms. Thank you, Your Grace. Next, I would invite Master Adrian, Colosseum Consultant of the Mithril Eye, to share some insights into our combatants. That are your impressions of the field, Adrian? Well, Dora, I'd say it's a diverse field, as I've seen on the Blood Sands, in addition to everyone's favorite gladiators in your friendly neighborhood Sultan Sworn. We have an Ishgardian knight as well as an acclaimed adventurer. Truly a colorful cast of characters, all of whom bring their unique take on swordplay. With such an clashing. Would you say that we're in for a veritable treat for senses? Yes, I would, Dor. At this stage, is anyone's guess who would claim the title. But one thing is certain, when the match bell rings, you cannot afford to bat your eyelids. Keep watching this space, for preliminary rounds are about to begin. Well, I am level 63. Haha. I am Haysoos, the mastermind of satisfaction. To think I would draw you for my first opponent. I thank the heavens even as I curse them. But no matter who my opponent may be, I shall fight with all my being. For the pride of the Sultan Sworn, see you on the Blood Sands, my friend. It is time, my lord. Pray see to your final preparations, and let me know when you are ready to proceed. Let's go. It begins in the first match of Thal Group, Bartholomew versus Haysoos. Bring it. I'm going into battle. You have no authority over me. And the winner is Haysoos! The next match, Haysoos, the Chad, and the Bronze Bull. Oh, I have to fight multiple people, huh? You do well not to underestimate me. How can you be so strong? I am Jesus. Of course I'm strong. Let us see who will have the fight. Come, friend. What are you doing? Doing this again, really? Victory yours! Victory is yours, hero. Gosh. Victory out. That concludes our matches for the Thal group, and what a heart-stopping encounter they were. Really, though. The crowd expected and the combatants delivered. Not least of all, group winner Haysoos the Child, who carved a conceiving plan. Shall we retrace his steps for those who came in late? You read my mind. Haysoos' first match pitted him against Bartholomew. The Sultan Sworn fought with heart, but in the end, he was outclassed by the Star Adventurer. Though he can take pride in his effort, unfortunately he had to take his leave of the tournament. There was no getting past Haysoos, who went on to face the hulking Bronze Bull. A veteran of countless matches here in the Colosseum, you could say, he had the ground of advantage from the onset. The man brought his prestigious strength to bear, unleashing wave upon wave of punishing attacks, but Haysoos calmly weathered them all to emerge the victor. With that, he advanced to the Thal's group's final match against Handleloop of the Temple Knights, employing blistering techniques seldom seen this side of the Eorzea. The Ishgardian visitor looked dangerous indeed. If truth be told, for a moment there I feared for Haysoos, but the adventurer dug deep to secure victory and a place in the Ul Cup. And the mere remembering of it sets my heart to racing like a runaway chocobo. Take deep breaths, my friend, for there is still more excitement to come. The Nald group matches are due to commence shortly, with the likes of the First Sword Mila taking the Blood Sands. What have I done to deserve such a treat? I won't be missing these matches, and neither should any of you! All unfolds as anticipated. Good. The free paladin I told you about is living up to expectations, That he is, keeping up your winnings ways, my friend, and win us a fortune.
Haysoos, you were magnificent. Our match will remain etched in my memory and inspire me as always. I had absolutely no answer to you. Such a precious thing you must have protected to become so strong. Yes. As you know, as we Sultan Sworn live to protect her grace. By any measure, this is a vital duty, and ever do I strive to be worthy of the role. But crossing swords with you this day has given me to think that perhaps it is not enough. Whatever it is that I yet lack, mayhap I shall find it in witnessing you. I thought I had something of a chance, but I was clearly getting ahead of myself. You gave me a thorough schooling, and I mean to take the lesson to heart. Though my tournament may be over, I shall remain in Ul'dah to watch the matches to come, and I believe I speak for all of us when I wish you the best of luck. Our hopes go with you, my friend. Oh, a woman named Mila is looking for you. If you hadn't spoken with her, mayhap you should seek her out. Ah yes, my trainer. Mila.
Oh, wow. The follow.
Hey, Winston Manatee. Thanks for the follow. Doo-doo. Howdy. Howdy, partner. How goes thou? All right, Serpent Officer. Proceed to Castrium Oriens. John, guess my name and I donate $5. Oh, Carson? Is your name Carson? But what is my name? Gear Abanya. Damn, you got me.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions.
Squad, move out.
The warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Stormblood. I knew it! The title! Stormblood. Blood of Storm. Mr. Raban. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrium Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved.
Cash up front. This I like.
Oh, cash up front. This I like. Thanks for the donation. Very poggers. Hop on Minecraft later. I will. If attacking Belsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald is not like to let the shows of defiance go unanswered. 'Twas a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it. For weal or for woe, the Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without your support and cooperation of the Alamigan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I leave you to it. Godspeed. Hey, it's Sid. Ha! Of all the Castria in all the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing Allagan weapon and Dragonic Primal. Omega and Shiryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying the trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to the earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis system. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them, assuming we should hurry and find it regardless. Cash up front. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabanya, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Beyond the Great Wall. Beyond the walls of greatness. At least takes the lead. Chokidaboko. $247 yalms north. Wait, what was it? Southeast. South. It's a Leshy. Storm of blood, born from blood of all our fallen brothers. Alright, so I only need to find 4 Aethernet. This is pretty awesome. Alright, Lise. Don't make me call the police. Oh, I got the suspensions. $411 yalms to the east. Yalms. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You're worrying about the tower to the south. Is part of Castellium Velodinia. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a big I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see the rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our nose in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. Move. Great. 334 yalms to the east. Lease will give great release. We're here. On the other side of this path is Ralgar's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Yustola. I take it they have talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in modification of glamour prisms? Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tartaru told you, but my friend Nago and the messenger who came to the Rising Stones is a member of this faction. So if they know us and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. We rock. Ralgar.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralgar's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there. Men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost. For what could be ours again.
Algar's Reach. Hello, Conrad. Menago. Girabanya. Oh, cool armor. Oh, it's the Gordian Gear of Maiming. Neat. But those are different.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Ah, don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Menago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolga it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamigan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Oh boy. Oh, forgive me. You are free to look around Ralgo's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of our opportunity and assess the resistance capabilities. Just poke around. Find something. Well, I already know this place inside and out. I can show you around if you like, Haysoos. What? Oh man, I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything for dinner yet. I'll probably go on a break soon. Minion Master. Cute. Little Fluffy. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Girabanya. They who were saved by his grace pledged their honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heaven weeps, for no one's soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralgar. Ida explained to me, a day will come bringing strife and sorrow, that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if the storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I may have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us this point, will see us through in the end. Ah, sorry, that was a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Storm of blood, born of blood. Haven for the bold. What do I get next? Powder. 64. Holy Spirit deals unsuspected damage with a potency of 250. Oh. I am Haysoos the Chad. Oh. Oh, lame. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We've finished discussing your proposal, and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch your Stola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me,